Hello dear students. In previous lecture we have discussed metrology and types of metrology and elements of metrology and need of inspection. Today we are going to discuss characteristics of measuring instrument. So as we have already discussed the type of measuring instrument, so each measuring instrument is having some characteristics. Some of them are time dependent and some of them are time independent. So let's start. So there are two type of characteristics of measuring instrument. First one is the static characteristic and second one is the dynamic characteristic. As you already know that what is the meaning of static? Static means which is at rest. It is not changing with respect to the time. So static characteristics is what? Static characteristics are defined for the instrument in which the measured quantity do not vary with respect to the time. So they are time independent. They are not dependent upon time. And dynamic characteristics are what? Dynamic characteristics are the characteristics in which the measured quantity will get fluctuate with respect to the time. So therefore dynamic characteristic is the time dependent property. So first we will discuss static characteristics of measuring instrument. So these are the static characteristics of measuring instrument. These are 15. So one by one we are going to discuss it. So very first is scale range. Scale range. Range means, first I will explain you with the help of example. Then I will tell you the definition. Let us suppose you have a scale, and this scale can measure up to 100 centimeters. From 0 degree goes from 0 to 100. So 0 is the minimum value and 100 is the maximum value. So what is the scale range? The minimum value and the maximum value of the scale of measuring instrument. It means if a thermometer can read minimum value of 0 degree Celsius and maximum of 100 degree Celsius, then the range is from 0 to 100 degrees Celsius. Suppose there is a scale which is having 0 to 100 centimeter length. So 0 to 100 centimeter is its range. So this is one characteristic, that is a static characteristic. It does not get changed with respect to the time. 0 to 100 centimeter remains always 0 to 100 centimeter. It does not get changed with respect to the time. Next is span. Span. So span is what? It comes from the range. If a scale is having the range from 0 to 100 centimeter, then the span is the algebraic difference between the maximum value of the scale and the minimum value of the scale. So if the minimum value of the scale is 0 centimeter and maximum value is 100 centimeter, therefore the span of this scale is 100 centimeter minus 0 centimeter, that is 100 centimeter. Or if the minimum value of the scale is minus 10 centimeter and maximum is 100 centimeter, so therefore the span is of 110 centimeter, because 100 minus in bracket minus 10, that is you get 110 centimeter. So this is called the span. It also does not get changed with respect to the time. Next is accuracy. And accuracy is one of the most important characteristic of any measuring instrument. First of all, we know that measurand. I have already told you the definition of measurand. Measurand is what? Measurand is the quantity that we have to measure. Okay. So accuracy is what? Accuracy is the degree of agreement or the degree of closeness of the measured value with respect to the standard value. So again, I am explaining it. Accuracy is what? It is the degree of closeness of measured value, it is the measurand, to the standard value. Let us suppose there is a body which is the standard one, and if the body is close to this, so this is accuracy. If this is the measured value, this measured value is close to the standard. So when it is very close to the standard, then the accuracy is of high nature. Okay. Or we can say that the maximum amount by which the result differ from the true value. And we can also say the nearness of the measurement with respect to the true value. It always expressed in percentage, in terms of percentage. We express accuracy in terms of percentage. So there are two units of accuracy. First one is the percentage of true value. That depends upon the true value, that what amount of true value is given to you and how close the measurement is to the true value. The formula of this is measured value minus true value. This is called error. Measured value minus true value is called error. So it means error into 100. 100 is for changing into percentage, into 100 divided by true value. यानी कि आपकी true value की corresponding कितनी error है, तो measured value minus true value into 100 divided by true value is the percentage of true value. And it is also given in terms of full scale deflection. Full scale deflection means if your scale is from 0 to 100 centimeter, it means the full range is of 100 centimeter. So their accuracy can also be defined in terms of full scale. So percentage of full scale deflection, that is measured value minus true value, it will remain same as the previous one, that is the error, into 100 divided by maximum scale value. That is, if we are talking about 0 to 100, then the maximum scale value is 100. So this is the second formula for calculating accuracy. But first one is for true value and second one is for full scale deflection. Okay. The fourth property is precision. This is also one of the important property or characteristic of measuring instrument. What precision is? Precision, if you are taking the reading of a same input, if let us suppose you are measuring 10 ampere and you are again and again measuring 10 ampere, whether I am measuring or you are measuring, it should be 10 ampere. You will get the reading like 9.99, 9.98, 9.995. So these set of reading, the measured values of set of reading, that is 9.99, 9.998, 9.995. So these are very close to each other. These readings, these measured readings are very close to each other. So this is called precision. बेटा प्रिसीजन क्या है? प्रिसीजन ये है कि आपने एक आपको स्टैंडर्ड वैल्यू दी है, लेट अस सपोज द स्टैंडर्ड वैल्यू 10 सेंटीमीटर, और आपने मेजरमेंट किया, मेजरमेंट आप बार-बार कर रहे हैं और आपको बार-बार रीडिंग क्या मिल रही है? 9.99, 9.98, 9.995. So these measured values are very close to each other. So this is the property of the instrument, that we get the measured result close to each other. So this is called precision. So precision is the degree of repetitiveness of measuring process. Or we can say that it is the repeatability of measuring process, and it is the function of what? It is a function of reproducibility. Reproducibility means या तो मैं मेजर करूं या और कोई पर्सन मेजर करे और इनपुट आपका सेम रहे, या किसी भी मशीन पर मेजर कर लिया जाए, हमेशा आपकी रीडिंग क्लोज आनी चाहिए. फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने नोट की रीडिंग तो 9.998 एम्पियर नोट की, X percent ने नोट की तो 9.992 नोट कर ली. So these two measured quantity, the quantity which is measured by me and measured by another person, is close to each other. So this is called reproducibility. Okay, and these closeness of the measured value is called as precision. So next is the relationship between cost and accuracy. The relationship between cost and accuracy. You can see from the diagram that this is the axis which is showing you the cost. This is the axis which is showing you the cost, and this is the axis which is showing you the accuracy. Now take this point. Here cost is too high, but there is less error. It is maximum here. It is maximum here. This is accuracy and this is maximum in this side. it is moving to left side. Maximum accuracy is moving to left side and minimum accuracy is moving to right side. So when you compare it, you can see that maximum accuracy is occurring at maximum cost. If you want to achieve more accuracy, then you have to work very precisely on very precise instruments, and very precise instruments are very costly. So therefore, highly accurate, to get the highly accurate result, you have to spend some more money. And in this way, if you move to the right side of this accuracy, then here you see that the accuracy is minimum. So the cost is also minimum. The cost is also minimum. So if cost is less, accuracy is less. If cost is more, accuracy is more. So now accuracy and precision are some kind of similar things, but there is some difference. So now we will talk about difference between precision and accuracy. So I have taken the example of dartboard, and this is the dartboard and this is the target point. This is the target point. Now these are the darts which are given to a person, and that person has thrown these darts over the dartboard, and all the darts hit the board outside this circle, but they are close to each other. But this is not close to the target. So in this condition, this is condition A, and this is precise but not accurate. It is precise because all the darts are very close to each other, but they are very apart from the target point. So it is precise but not accurate. Now in B diagram, we see that this is the target point. This is the target point. This is the target point, but all the darts are very far from each other. So this diagram is the example of accuracy but not precise. Accuracy is, by accuracy, all are in circles, all darts are in circle. So therefore this is accurate but not precise because they are very far from each other. Okay, so this is the example of accurate but not precise. In third figure, all the darts are at same place and nearer to each other and within the target point. So it is a precise and accurate. It is precise because they are close to each other, accurate because it is close to the target point. And figure D, it is not precise and not accurate because each dart is very far from each other and each dart is very far from target point. So it is not precise and not accurate. It is not precise and not accurate. So this is the difference of precision and accuracy. I think it is clear to you. Next characteristic is error. Next characteristic is error. And error is what? Difference between the indicated value. Difference between the indicated value. Indicated value means the measured value, जो आपने measure किया, and the true value of the quantity being measured. So the difference, the algebraic difference between the measured value, that is the indicated value, and the true value of the quantity which is to be measured. So it is represented by E. Error is equals to Vm, that is the measured value, minus Vt, and Vt is the true value. So this E is also called as absolute error. Absolute error. Absolute error. Here you are not converting it into the percentage. Now, if you convert this error into percentage, it becomes relative error. It becomes relative error, and relative error is the relative error because percentage error is equals to error, that is measured value minus true value, divided by true value into 100. If you see the formula, this is the formula for this. First one, unit of accuracy, percentage of true value. So this error is having the same formula. Percentage error is equals to error divided by true value into 100. So accuracy of any instrument can be expressed as percentage error, or accuracy of any instrument is always assessed in terms of error. Either it is given in terms of error plus minus 0.5 mm. So this is a absolute error. And if you are talking about percentage, then it is a relative error. Okay. Next characteristic is calibration. कैलिब्रेशन बेटा मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देके समझाऊंगा क्योंकि ऐसे आपके समझ में नहीं आएगा. एग्जांपल मैं लेता हूँ. कोई आप मेरा एक स्केल है, ठीक है, कोई मेरा एक वर्नियर कैलिपर है, वो आपकी सही रीडिंग नहीं दे रहा है, ठीक है. नाउ व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, यू हैव टू टेक दैट वर्नियर कैलिपर in a calibration lab in which the same other vernier caliper of the same characteristic is present in the calibration lab. Now that vernier caliper that you have took in calibration lab is compared with the standard vernier caliper which is present in the calibration lab, and the condition of calibration is that it should be calibrated under specific condition. Under specific condition means let us suppose you have to use the vernier caliper in the temperature of 20 degrees Celsius. Then you have to calibrate that vernier caliper in the atmosphere of 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, so this is the specific condition. So the set of operations that establish the relationship between value indicated by the instrument and corresponding value given by standard under specific condition. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था अभी कि आपके एक वर्नियर कैलिपर है, वो आपका सही रीडिंग नहीं दे रहा है, तो आप उसे कैलिब्रेशन लैब में ले जाओगे और फिर उसको आप कंपेयर करो किससे जो कैलिब्रेशन लैब में एक स्टैंडर्ड वर्नियर कैलिपर रखा है. लेकिन आपकी कंडीशन कैसी होनी चाहिए कि स्पेसिफिक कंडीशन होनी चाहिए. जैसे एनवायरनमेंट आपका सेम रहना चाहिए, इस तरह से, ठीक है. बेसिकली आपका कैलिब्रेशन से होता है, कैलिब्रेशन इट यूज्ड टू चेक द एक्यूरेसी ऑफ द इंस्ट्रूमेंट. ओके, आई थिंक कैलिब्रेशन इज क्लियर टू यू. नेक्स्ट इज resolution. Resolution is what? It is the minimum change. It is the minimum change or smallest increment in the measured value that can be detected with certainty by the instrument. बेटा resolution को आप least count भी कह सकते हैं. This is resolution is also defined as the minimum amount of input. The minimum amount of input that is required for the instrument to produce the output. For example, least count of vernier caliper. The vernier caliper is having the least count of 0.02 mm or 0.01 mm. So you cannot measure below this 0.02 mm. Below 0.02 mm, you cannot measure with the help of vernier caliper. After 0.02 mm, you can measure the output. So resolution is what? It is the minimum value of input that is required to produce output. Okay, so I think resolution is clear to you. Next is threshold. Threshold is what? Threshold of a measuring instrument is the minimum value of the input signal that is required to make a change or start from zero. बेटा थ्रेशोल्ड क्या कहते हैं? आपने थ्रेशोल्ड एनर्जी भी सुना होगा. The minimum amount of the energy that is required to remove an electron from a body. So आपका थ्रेशोल्ड क्या है? आपने कभी बाइक स्टार्ट की है, बाइक जब आप स्टार्ट करते हैं, ठीक है, तो आप इनिशियल उसमें जो एक्सेलरेशन देते हैं, इनिशियली एक्सेलरेशन जो देते हैं, तो आप उसे क्या करते हैं? थ्रेशोल्ड एनर्जी दे रहे हैं उस टाइम. आपका बार बार जो आप अगर स्पीडोमीटर देखो तो जब आप उसे स्टार्टिंग करते हो, एक्सेलरेट करते हो, तो शुरू में आपकी जो निडल है स्पीडोमीटर की वो ऊपर जाती है और इनिशियली फिर वापस जीरो आती है और जीरो से फिर स्टार्ट होता है. तो थ्रेशोल्ड ये होता है आपका बेटा. ठीक है, क्लियर है? नेक्स्ट इज सेंसिटिविटी. सेंसिटिविटी इज व्हाट? सेंसिटिविटी बेटा वही है सेम जो आपकी भी एक कोई ना कोई सेंसिटिविटी होती है. फॉर एग्जांपल जो उस दिन मैंने आपको ही दिया था कि आप के पास कुछ है और आपको कोई एकदम पिंच कर दे, ठीक है, आपको एकदम पिंच कर दे तो आपको शॉक लगे, आप एकदम पीछे हटोगे, है ना। तो सेंसिटिविटी मेजरिंग इंस्ट्रूमेंट की भी कुछ इस तरह की सेंसिटिविटी होती है। तो व्हाट इज दिस? इट इज द रेशियो ऑफ द मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ आउटपुट सिग्नल टू द मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ इनपुट सिग्नल, हाउ फास्ट the instrument is responding to the change in input. If there is the emitter and 5 ampere current is measuring through it, and you again change the value of the input, then immediately output will get changed. So this is called sensitivity. It denotes the smallest change in the measured variable to which the instrument responds, and it is the ratio of infinitesimally change of output signal to the infinitesimally change of input signal. And it is now every instrument is made up of various elements. I have already discussed generalized measuring system with you, and it is having 5 elements. So each instrument is having some elements. Let us take an example. There is an instrument that is made up of 3 parts. Part A is having the sensitivity K1. Part A is having the sensitivity K1. Part B is having the sensitivity K2. Part C is having the sensitivity K3. So this A is having the sensitivity K1, B is having the sensitivity K2, and C is having the sensitivity K3. If this is the part 1, input is coming to this part 1, this is S1, this is S1 is the input, and output of part 1 is S2. Part A is S2, and this output of part A is the input to part B, and S3 is the output of part B, and this output of part B is the input to part C, and S4 is the final output. So what is the sensitivity of this measuring system? So for calculating the sensitivity of this measuring system, as I have already told you, the change of output signal divided by change of input signal. So for part A K1 is equals to S2, that is the output of part 1 divided by input of part A. K2 is S3 divided by S2, and K3 is S4 divided by S3. So what is the overall sensitivity of this measuring instrument? The overall measuring sensitivity of this measuring instrument is K equals to the multiplication of all the 3 sensitivity of each part. That is K1 into K2 equal into K3 is equals to S4 divided by S1. So overall sensitivity you can define as the final output of the measuring system divided by the initial input of the measuring system. So this is the overall sensitivity. I think sensitivity is clear to you. So here we are completing this lecture. We will continue the static characteristics and we will discuss dynamic characteristics in the next lecture. So if you have any doubt, you can message me on YouTube and on WhatsApp. So thank you so much and have a nice day.